This video is brought to you by PlayTracker. Stick around at the end to find out more hot stuff. Welcome to another new year of Yahtzee Tries. Just 2 games to summarise this time. Things are still awkwardly shuffling their way back into a state of normalcy, like a latecomer trying to find their seat in a theatre. But we'll be back to the regular 4-game setup next time. For now, let's get right into it with HyperJa. Hypogea? Hypogea, however you say that. You know you're making your game harder to remember with titles like this? Just call it something like Let's Be a Jumpy Robot. Hey, I want my battery back, asshole.
We've already had the year of the grappling hooks, now we have the year of the pole vault.
The game would always assume you didn't want to grab the ledge. Or you assume you're jumping towards this ledge because you want to brain yourself on it. Hypogea is a third-person exploration indie platformer in which you play an old fucked-up robot in the future, exploring the tattered remnants of a fucked-up giant industrial facility. And this is probably after the humans all died out or ate each other or something, and it's all enveloped in the introspective, melancholy tone of every other game that goes for this particular vibe, like Stray or Machinarium. It reminds me of the bit in Portal 2 where you fall to the bottom of the facility, actually. But the core platforming gameplay is more reminiscent of something like the original Tomb Raider. Lots of sliding down things, jumping on other things, pulling ourselves up and grabbing ledges by pressing a special grab button, even though it doesn't really make sense for the dude to not just grab the ledge automatically. Hi, man. I see you have a single light for a face. I too have a single light for a face. We should hang out. It's a platformer, people. It's a 3D realistic platformer.
Yay!
Here, let me show you the blurry texture on this device I have found. Perhaps together we could unblur the textures. Hypogea does a pretty good job of getting you to understand what it is you're supposed to do, even with a complete absence of spoken or written dialogue, which I always think is admirable. And what it is we're generally supposed to do is blunder around looking for batteries. I found myself stumbling upon the batteries I needed quite readily while randomly blundering around, which is a sign of good level design. Up to a point, I mean, there's not much variance in the way the environments look. It's one big cavern full of rusty metal pipes and gantries with water at the bottom after another. As such, I found it very easy to get confused as to what direction I'd come from and where I was supposed to be heading.
Yahtzee, tell us if the pole feels good.
I'll get back to you on that. Wee boing. Or I could just go down the stairs. That also appears to be an option. Are we going back up or what? Are you a friend?
This little top hat tripod.
Can I ride you? Are you a domestic animal? And boing. I also had some issues with the platforming physics lacking weight. That was always what sold original Tomb Raider. You could practically hear Lara's elbows clicking as she laboriously hauled herself onto a ledge, making little squeals of exertion throughout. But our guy in this pole vaults on a dime like it ain't no thing, and I never felt convinced by his physical interactions with the environment. I'm not saying that I wanted to be utterly obliterated after a piston fired me into a concrete wall at 100 miles an hour, but some acknowledgement of the impact would have been nice. This looks suspiciously like something I need to do. Whoa, okay, that was unceremonious.
I just fucking dumped it.
Oh, I can steal your battery.
Well,
Thanks.
This feels sad.
Thank you for rescuing me. Here is half of my life. Take me to your people. Oh, never mind then.
No, see, and you were shit-talking tripod legs.
That said, I do like that the platforming is totally organic and is happy to let you attempt to climb anything even remotely ledge-shaped. It increases the chances of a glitch out or soft lock, but I absolutely prefer this to the climbing in most AAA games, where it's usually a perfectly linear contextual button prompt railroad. In brief, resoundingly okay. And the other game I tried was Star Rupture, another terrible name. Difficulty of pronunciation aside, rupture just isn't a very pleasant word. Maybe I have bad associations from my last appointment at the hernia clinic. Oh my god, I hate this GUI already. See, if you couldn't see the text, how would you know which was our inventory and which was the inventory of the thing we're looking at? I'm not reading that. I ain't got the squints. Star Rupture is an early access open world sci-fi survival crafter that editor Nick has been vocal in his enthusiasm for, which is what made me hesitate to include the phrase "yet another" in the above description, while pointedly rolling my eyes. In execution, it's about halfway between Satisfactory and Subnautica, with a little sniff of The Alters, with you being a schlub at the bottom of some kind of intergalactic corporate structure, being stranded on an alien world with the obligation to construct a production facility, send resources back home, and search the planet for whatever bits and bobs were left behind by previous failed entrepreneurs. Oh shit.
Oh,
what do you know? The tutorial text is in the big squinty zone. Okay, maybe this isn't the tool I'm supposed to be using. Oh, maybe this is it.
oh, those are 2 very different tools. Or it could be used in some interesting ways that you've never seen before. Jesus Christ.
I accidentally pressed click.
That little gun made that thing? God.
I pressed click and it built a thing. So far, so standard, but I must say this one's pretty damn good looking. It's got that very effective Breath of the Wild style opening, where you wake up in a box, and the box is in a room, and then you leave the room, and an entire world unfolds before you. And it's been a while since I've stepped out into an open world and gone, ooh, that's impressive scenery. Can't wait to ruin it by building shit all over it. Wow, scintillating gameplay here. Stare at a wall of rock and hold down the button. Our task then is to gather the basic resources needed to build mining machines and connect them via automated rails to construction power and delivery terminals. But in contrast to something like Subnautica, we're not climbing the tech tree purely for the sake of our own survival, but to fulfill certain quotas given to us by the corporations back home, who then unlock more crafting recipes for us the more we send to them. Bit of an unnecessary middleman perhaps, but it means Star Rupture, I still hate the name, can be a little more hands-off than its contemporaries. You rig up the necessary facilities required to manufacture and send off whatever the current delivery is, and then you basically just leave it to do its thing for a prolonged period, exploring the terrain and maybe working on your home base. At that point, it's basically an idle game writ large and obvious good second screen material. Connect buildings using rails and allow you to transfer the power and resources. Yes, sir. Where does this need to connect to? Oh, bollocks.
The other side?
It's the other side.
Oh my god, the number's going up. Love when a number goes up.
So I found the world compelling enough and the gameplay functional enough to want to stick with it a while. It's not exactly mind-blowingly original stuff, but to paraphrase what I've said before, if it's derivative but does everything right, there's still room for it in this cold, unpleasant world. I can stand on the rail.
Oh my god, you can grind.
Bet you wish you could have done this in Death Stranding.
I think windows will help. Yeah, there. Oh, look at these windows. The base looks way nicer with some natural lighting. I'm going to be honest. It looked kind of like a prison before.
Yes.
Now it looks like a nice prison.
Yes, it's better feng shui now. As promised during the stream, I'm giving it a little more off-screen playtime, as by all accounts more interesting things happen after the first hour. So far, I can confirm that monsters show up for you to kill, and every now and again the fucking sun explodes and roasts you to death if you're not inside a house, possibly the titular Star Rupture. I got to build a smelter. We're at that stage of the survival crafting game.
Helter Smelter.
That's a reference to a thing. Smelt, smelt, smelt.
What are all these different people? Who are these all? What are all these things?
Who do I work for? Oh no, I have to pick a corporation to work for. I also liked the fact that I had to appease one corporation to be able to craft a gun, but then had to appease a completely different corporation to be able to craft the ammunition for the gun. For some reason, that felt very apt.
This video is brought to you by Play Tracker, the app that tracks your cross-platform game library, achievements, stats, and more. Play Tracker works by connecting to various gaming platforms and combining all your data in one place. It offers a unified cross-platform social experience, advanced game library labeling and sorting, fun challenges and progression system, and stats about games and the types of players who enjoy them. Play Tracker is for all kinds of gamers, like this one.
My top tags across all platforms are dating sim and psychological horror. I'm sure that says nothing about me as a person.
And this one.
My mate Captain Toe Jam 96 and I have a lot of games in common. We should tackle some challenges together.
And even me! I'm better than all of you. Unite your gaming multiverse with Play Tracker today and join the official Second Wind Guild to unlock exclusive profile decorations by playing games recommended by us, a group of ostensibly professional gamers with allegedly great taste in games. Ooh.
Oh, this looks like a solo developed game because the developer is Charlie Wagner, which feels more like a person's name than a company's name.
That's how they get you.
Oh, okay. How you can...
Oh god. Oh god. Now we have to fudge. Oh, I was unlocking the door. This is what gets me hot. I get off on the thought of having to follow a really elderly person down a stairwell.
We all have our kinks. Nick, do not defend the font size in this. Nick is now in the chat, and someone mentioned the font size, and he says, sounds like he needs better glasses. No, Nick, this is a game problem. The game needs font options. Unacceptable.
Oh, what is all this about? I don't know. Stop frightening me.
There's too many things.
Hello, red wall of stuff. I missed you. You can't fool me, game.